Just take a breath and take it deep to show the world that you can see a life that's full of wonder, but it will never be enough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disabled Team. Mally's going to be along with me shortly to do some news for you. But first of all, right, let's start with the news. What I think we already all know. Good morning, Michael Brown. Hope you're doing well, our friend. Hope you are doing well. Right, let's go with this story first till Mally comes. Right, according to the Athletic, the 49ers have already agreed to pay for one of the transfers at Leeds United. Rumours regarding a takeover for Leeds United and by the San Francisco 49ers are starting to heat up again. And as ever, the Athletic have done some deep dive into how the land lies in the situation. A lot of stuff we may have heard before a full takeover by the American group is expected by 2024. And the terms of the deal hinge on Leeds United Premier League status come the end of the season. However, there were a few interesting tidbits in this article, and one that surrounds the signing of Georginio Rutter this month. The 20-year-old striker is Leeds' newest signing, and at 36 million, he's the most expensive player acquisition by the in the club's history. Andrea Razzani hasn't been looking to spend massively over the past 18 months or so. So this did move as a bit of a shock in the middle of January transfer window. However, according to the Athletic, it isn't actually Razzani who is footing the bill here. Their report states that Leeds were initially looking for initial loan deal with the obligation to buy Rutter in the summer, but the 49ers were willing to back a permanent transfer in January and take on all liabilities going forward. So that basically means that, it looks like the 49ers are the ones who are going to be taking over, doesn't it? As minority shareholders, the 49ers don't have to make moves like this, but it's clear that the American group are incredibly committed to Leeds and seemingly keen on keeping them in the Premier League ahead of a full takeover at some point. Just going to get Mally involved. Just bringing Mally in. Here we go. Hiya, Mally, mate. How you doing?
All right, mate. A bit confuzzled with all stuff that's going around, but we'll get through it.
Well, I've just been speaking about the 49ers footing the bill for
Rutter.
Rutter, yeah. I thought I'd save the best breaking news for when you come, seeing as you were the one who shared it with me.
Yeah, it all depends how true it is.
Stu, were you on Jesse's tenure at Leeds? Where are you on Jesse's tenure at Leeds? Are you for Jesse to stay or to go or stay? For me, I am supporting him for now. As the next set of matches, I think it will make or break for him. And then Amani says we pay 25 million, and it could go up to 35 million with add-ons if all falls into place 100%. If all falls into place 100%. Good afternoon, Mally. Michael Brown saying.
All right, Michael. All right, Harmonie.
Right. So, right, take it away, Mally. It's yours. This is your story. This is your. You broke it to me.
Well, what I've read is that the Leeds United have drawn a shortlist up for Jesse Marsh replacements. Again, how true it is, I don't know. A story I read to partially back it up is that Jesse Marsh doesn't want this Moroccan in, and that has been put on hold. yet there's another report out saying that, is it Angies? I don't even know how you pronounce her name. Their president has flown in to England, doesn't say where, to discuss this guy. Now, I think there's only Leeds and Leicester that's been interested in him. So it's what you believe. I don't know what to believe. That's the problem. I don't know where we are.
Well, this story here, it's from the MOT Leeds News, and it says exclusive. Leeds United senior players tell board to sack Jesse Marsh as behind the scenes unrest grows.
Is that the one I sent you?
Yes, Jesse Marsh's future at Leeds United manager is in serious doubt with a number of senior players turning on the American. MOT Leeds News understands. Leeds dropped to 14th in the Premier League table over the weekend as their winless run extends to 7 games in all competitions with a 2-1 defeat at Aston Villa on Friday night. As it stands, the Whites are just 2 points clear of the relegation zone, and Marsh's leadership of the team has started to cause major unrest behind the scenes at Elm Road. So, take it as you will, Mally.
Exactly. It's whether you believe it or not. I mean, one of the names I've read that's been touted is Luis Enriquez. Is it Luis Enriquez?
The former Spain manager.
Can't say that, haven't
Why not? Unai Emery went to Aston Villa.
There's no connection, is there? There's no connection. I don't know. It just doesn't add up to me. If Bielsa were still in charge, or I don't know. It's, with Americans, I mean, they're talking about that's going to be completed by summer. I don't know. I can't see them going in for the Spanish manager. I mean, it'd be a good move, don't get me wrong, but can you see Americans doing that?
Michael Brown did wonder where the money was coming from for these transfers. In the previous matches for me, the team was still playing for him. Against Villa, Leeds were much the better team.
Yeah, they've been unlucky.
But do you think, though, Mally, right, nowadays, the players don't play, the players, number one, play for themselves? If there's what I'm trying to say is they'll play for the club who pay them. It's a bit like West Ham. West Ham are awful at this moment in time when it comes to results, but they're still running up pitch. But David Moyes has got one game to save his job, but the players are still playing for him. So that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? It's not like you lose. It's not like nowadays where players, you lose the dressing room and stop playing. I don't think that's the case at Leeds. I think with Cooper, with him being club captain, he can rally troops together and say, look, you know what I mean? We need to put in better performances. You'd expect these new players who have just come in through the door to prove themselves, if that makes sense. The fans are driving the team on, I think, as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? I really do. I think the fans have a lot to say in it as well. Now you can lose, you can have no faith in manager, but still put in a shift. That's what I think. Whether I'm just being optimistic or not, I don't know, but I think you can. I mean, do I think it's right to sack it Marsh now? Well, it would be a bit silly after bringing in another player. Just bringing in a serious player. It don't make sense.
It don't add up. But
no,
his record is poor. His record is atrocious.
Well, I read the thing yesterday, and I said it in one of the videos I did. Apparently, this is Jesse Marsh's worst season in his managerial career. Now, I'm not being funny, but if this is his worst, what were last seasons?
Yeah, but he's never been Premier League before, has he?
No, that's true. And
so you can't compare it to another Premier League club. You can only compare it to other European clubs where he's managed. So I don't know, but I agree that they're playing well. They're just not defending well.
It's the defence in the final third what's letting us down, isn't it?
Hey, Lee.
Hey up, Lee. If you're about, mate, and if you want to join us, you can join us. Let me know. But yeah, it just don't. Look, this season, I mean, he's averaging less than 1 point a game now.
Yeah.
Now that's relegation form in anyone's book, isn't it, Mally?
The thing is, it's been a strange season all round, from top to bottom. Apart from Arsenal, it's been a strange season all round. Whether World Cup's had up to do with it, that break, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Well, look at Liverpool, Mally. Liverpool are really struggling.
Chelsea, I think all the bottom, from say the bottom 10, 12, there's very little consistency. Yeah, there's a few of them picked up a little run there and there. Like your Forest and your Wolves and, your new managerial bounce and all this business. But I think overall, the bottom half at table are winning, losing and drawing.
One win can catapult you up 4 or 5 places.
Yeah, it's so tight. It's so tight down there.
We have to be a forward-thinking club. I like the 2 signings we have made. I would like 2 more and a new manager by February 1st. A new face will lively update its squad. It makes sense. It would. Yeah. There's always that thing of. There's always that. I mean, I don't know if I believe in that manager bounce and stuff like that, but there is that to look at. But you've got to get the right manager in for the players we've got. Otherwise,
I mean, did we have the manager bounce at the back end of last season?
Well, he got results.
Or what it just pure luck that Burnley lost, and what it just pure luck. Brentford went out of 10 men.
Norwich lost at lot. Did we lose? Norwich, we scored winner in last second, didn't we? Of extra time.
Against Brent? Yeah.
Norwich, I think it was. We see Geltad were our saviour last season. This season, we're on about letting him go out on loan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we've got so much strength in forward line now, haven't we? Bamford coming back. We've got this Rutter coming in. Nonso, Rodrigo's putting goals in.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, it's very hard to drop Rodrigo in it now.
Whereas last season, we were quite thin and relying on Geldart. So I don't think sacking Marsh is the answer, because I think the players are performing well. If they can tighten up at the back, I think we stand a good chance, because we're always going to create chances. But I don't know if it's Marsh's fault. I don't know.
Right, we had that corner again. Right, it's happened before. It's a rinse and repeat. We had that corner in the 3rd minute against Villa, where Aston Villa broke and scored. Did we need to flood the penalty box the way we did on minute 3 at game? Away from home. Could we have left, say, Cooper? Because we know Cooper ain't got the pace. We know our back line ain't got the pace. Maybe leave 2 of them back.
Yeah, we should.
Or at least on the halfway line.
Yeah. The thing is, it's all right talking about it after the event, innit? If Rocker had scored, then
he should have done, shouldn't he, Mally? He should have scored.
Then would have been saying, "Oh, great!" That's what you get. That's what you get for having 8 players in penalty box. So it's all right looking back on it.
If I were Marsh, what I'd do, and if this is true about, the senior players have gone to board, to tell them to sack Marsh, what I'd do if I were Marsh now is this Cardiff game, I'd go strong, put on my strong side, because they're managerless now, aren't they, Cardiff, to sack the manager.
Yeah.
And what I'd do is I'd say, right, you defenders, concentrate on defending. Don't go up for corners. We'll find another way of, because we haven't got any height unless there are defenders. Nonto's not tall. Rodrigo's not the tallest. Bamford, if he's fit to start him, do you play Bamford and Rodrigo just behind him? So you've got someone tall in there, or do you go short and try play these quick one-touch passes instead of lifting ball in air where we've got no chance of winning?
Well, apparently it's come out and said it's going to play a stronger team.
He's got no choice, Smiley, because he can't afford to lose this one.
No.
Michael Brown says the board sacked Bielsa after a 3-0 home defeat against Tottenham because they saw how easy it was for Tottenham to beat Leeds, and Leeds didn't have the fight in them to put in a strong performance. Good evening, Darren. Hope you're doing well. The standard of the bottom six is stronger than the previous 2 seasons that Leeds have been in the Premier League. West Brom, Albion, Sheffield Wednesday, United and Fulham were cut adrift in Leeds Leeds' first season, as were Watford and Norwich. The front four for me must be Rodrigo, Rutter, Nonto and Cine. When all up and running, Bam being used as an impact sub for 30 minutes, keep him fresh and play to his strengths. Aronson and Somerville's too. Bournemouth and Fulham are also Bournemouth and Fulham also from Leeds corners had a clear run at goal at Ellen Road, and it was only Elan that saved Leeds on that occasion. Yeah, so we're not
learning, are we?
No, and that's another thing as well, Mally. Elan Messier probably one of the best probably one of the best shot stoppers in Premier League. Well, he's up there with Alisson, and he's definitely up there with Edison. The problem I've got with Meslier is the first shot he faces, it tends to go in back at net. If he can get that right and save that first shot, I think we'd be all right, because it feels like it's like he panics with that first shot. What comes at him? Because he does find back at net. The first shot, it's happened quite a bit. If you watch when he has when the team has the first shot against us, it's normally back at net.
Could that be down at defenders?
You see, I mean, this is the problem as well. I think it would. People had to go at Pascal Struijk for not defending as well as what he could have done. But if he'd have gone in for a tackle, beaten last man and got it wrong, he would have been sent off. There's so it's when a player's running at your full tilt, and there's only one defender. The natural instinct's going to be to back off and try hold him up for his other teammates to get back, but we just couldn't get back quick enough.
I don't know. There's only one manager. There's only one person can pick the team. I mean, we as fans say, "Oh, drop him and play him, and drop him and play him." Fans have been calling drop Cooper, put Struijk in.
Yeah, but to be fair to Cooper, defenders.
Exactly with that. He did it, and it didn't work. So, the
team's only as good as what Marsh can put out at the time. If that makes sense.
Bear with me. Bloody I've got rats walking around my pond trying to nick the fish.
Right, all right, mate. You get off and I'll see you in a minute.
Be back shortly.
Get rid of them bloody things. They're horrible. Yeah, so you've got me back, guys. Inky, the squad that has that real quality, no excuses from now on. I totally agree. The only thing is, what I would say, Inky, and everyone in chat, is don't get on Rutter's back straight away because of his price tag, because he didn't put that price tag on his head, and I think it's gonna take a bit of time to settle to Premier League. I mean, some players can take to it like a duck to water. I.e. Tyler Adams is, an example of that. But some people struggle, i.e. Rasmus Christiansen's is an example to that side of it. So please don't get on his back straight away. I know he's come with a high price tag, but, don't forget it's not him who put that price tag on his head. That were Hoffenheim, and Leeds agreed to pay it. So, don't get on at him like that, just try and get behind him like we always do. I was of the opinion that putting out a weekend-sided cup competition was good to give fringe players an opportunity in the first team. Now I believe putting out the strongest lineup is better. Well, it is, isn't it, Michael? Because we can't... winning games, winning breeds confidence into players, and it don't matter if it's Cardiff or Coventry or Chelsea. If you win a game, it breeds confidence into players, and that's something especially our front line. And our defence is lacking. I would love it if we could get a 1-0 win against Cardiff, for the simple reason that clean sheet. You know what I mean? Don't concede 2 goals again in this game. Let's see if we can do it. We did it against Newcastle, so why can't we do it against Cardiff at home? Do you know what I mean? We should be strong enough to beat a managerless Cardiff in front of it will be a packed house, won't it? I mean, tickets are 20 quid each or something, which I guess to watch your Premier League club ain't bad. I know it's midweek, and I know it's on ITV4. But, get behind that team. That's all I can say. Oi, Stuart. I hope you're doing good, mate. Now then, brother Hammer, I hope you're doing well. Hope you get your win against Everton on Saturday. You should do, being at home. Inky agrees. Amani, my love. Arrington, Harrison, Rocker, Rasmus, and Stroik all have dipped at the same time. It may be more Monic system that Clownboy Marsh is trying to make them play. Well, if that article's true, Mamani, that the senior players have gone to board and says you need to set Marsh, it's obviously Marsh is they're not convinced by Marsh's tactics, Sally. But that's just a report from an internet source. You know what I mean? It's how they're trying to fill in their page. I don't know. Agreed, Stu. Thank you, Inky. I must be doing something right. I've had 2 agrees. Stu, I totally agree with all your comments. Stu, I totally agree with all your comments that content creators in their podcast don't engage with their audiences as when they first started. I won't mention the ones. No worries at all, mate. No worries at all. But yeah, thank you, Michael. I'm glad you watched that video. I really am. I am. Have you got rid of them?
Yeah, they were eating food. They were eating fish food.
Flaming pest.
Oh, do you know?
You've come in at the right time. Did you see that short I put on? I put a short on about it says, Stu, I totally agree with your comments that content creators in their podcast don't engage with their audience, as well as when they first started. I won't mention the ones. Yeah, I went mad. I went off on one, didn't I? Oh. Ayakofu, mate. Oh, there's a picture of you, mate. Good to see you. Ayakofu Ayamani. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Loved your quick short about YouTubers going live and not reading out messages. Cheers, Darren. Thank you very much, mate. Means a lot. It does, but it's true. If you guys are here watching us, you at least should be allowed to have your messages put on screen. It's only right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Mally?
Of course it is.
You know.
That's why I'm only. I think mainly this is the only channel that I watch. I don't watch any others.
Don't you?
No.
I try and get everybody involved. I do. I really do.
They're screaming out for figures and numbers and all this business. Subscribe here, subscribe there. What's the audience getting back?
Nothing.
Apart from them kicking off every now and again. No, it's not for me.
No, I know what you're saying. But I do think there is some good YouTube channels out there, Mally. I do. I really do. And I'm not just saying that, but I do think there's some good YouTube channels out there.
The only other one I watch apart from you is that Irish lad, Jay.
Yeah, he's good Leeds lad, isn't he? Good.
Yeah.
Hey, mate.
Yeah.
Come on then, Mr. Man, if you're joining us.
You all right, Kufla?
I forgot you were going outside.
Spin round and let's see if we can get you in.
I forgot you going outside.
Where's the main man?
He's coming, I think.
Oh, is he here?
I'm going to see if I can get him on his own camera because I haven't set it all up properly yet.
Right. Did you get your motherboard done?
Nope.
I was going to say, because you says, I'm not going to be online tomorrow because I'm doing my motherboard, and I kept seeing Stu online. I thought, what the hell's it? It's
right.
Motherboarding quick.
I tried, because I've got one of them these. Sorry, guys, you're just gonna have to do with Lee like that with me. Come closer to me, mate. You're on my camera. There we go. Right. Basically, because I've got a decent graphics card in my PC, and it needed a heat sink plate to cool it down, to keep it cooled down. The motherboard I bought didn't have the heat sink plate. It had everything else, but not the heat sink plate. It wouldn't let me do it. So
couldn't you change it over?
No, there were nowhere for it to go. That was the point. There were nowhere for it to go. Rubbish. Somebody needs a big cat. Who needs it? Oh, you, Mally, with your rats.
I've got cats are always walking out garden. I've got 3 dogs. They're just crafty little gets.
4 dogs.
I've got bloody.
It's got 4 dogs.
Human traps, bloody scattered about. You know, it's a nightmare. It's because I live up in the middle of nowhere. It's just one of them things, isn't it? You live with it.
Amani says the under-21s have been flying
until last night.
Yeah, they got beat, didn't they? You told me that this morning, didn't you? What was score, Lee?
Lost 2-1.
And a player got sent off. And Lee can't remember which player got sent off. But it wasn't a big name player, if you know what I mean. They're all big names. That's the wrong way of saying it. It wasn't a recognised player because Lee couldn't remember who it was.
Right.
Now they are set up in a 4-2-2 system, and I've lost 2 of their last 2 games. It shows what is happening. We need to bin it. The formation.
Do you really think Matt to Harmonie? Do you think Marsh is playing 4-2-2-2? I don't, but
go on. I think we're playing like a when we've got the ball. It's like a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I think it's 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-1-3.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, because obviously Adams goes up, doesn't he?
Yeah, you got Aronson back of the front 3, but I don't think it's a 4-2-2-2 at all.
No,
I know that's what was branded about when Marsh first came, but I've never seen it.
We don't play as narrow as I watched. When you watched that Villa game, we were spread out a bit more in that game. I thought.
Yeah. I don't think we play narrow. I don't think we play through middle as much as what was predicted.
Just the view is good. It is a good channel, Inky. It really is. Score predictions tomorrow. Are we going to put out a good team out? Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I said, well, you were off camera, Mally. I'd love a 1-0 win.
Yeah.
Not simply because I want to see us have a clean sheet.
I won't be happy with anything less than 2-0.
But you want a clean sheet?
Yeah. Clean sheet and a convincing win. No less than 2-0.
See, I was thinking of the defensive side when I said 1-0, and I don't want any mistakes at back.
Well, I'm hoping that March has addressed it by then, you know. It's gone on.
What about you, Lee? What's your score prediction for tomorrow?
I don't know.
Go 3-0 for a change, Lee.
Yeah, I'll go 3-0.
I think in my preview I went 4-2 because I'm just frightened of us conceding goals. I'm frightened of us conceding goals.
I don't see it. Not at Ellen Road. I don't see it. But you never know, do you?
No, they're managerless. They've got something to prove and all.
Yeah, the cup's a cup. We'll see.
Drum roll, main man is arriving. I know. I need to get all the cameras sorted out. I just got it all back in bedroom and started sorting out all the wires last night, and it got too late.
I think it was a last-minute decision as well to go live, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. To be fair, yeah, but you don't need to convince me too much about going live anymore. I enjoy doing it. I really do. But there's got to be content out there to do it because there's no point just going live for Shearella going live. Does that make sense? Stu, also these content creators also do extra content which you have to pay for, which I will not do. I can understand some content creators get a big audience if they can't. I cannot.
And they can't read out all your comments.
Yeah. I don't agree to it. I'd never make it. I'd never do it. I'd never do it. Never ever in a million years. I won't even get monetized or whatever it's called. Won't do it. I refuse to do it. I love the Disabled Team podcast because you're always trying to engage with your audience and read out our comments. You never seem to ask people no. Leave it up to them. Leave it up to you guys to do, guys. That's what it's all about, really. And that's how we started it. We always said it from the beginning. And we haven't changed in 2 years, and we won't change it next 22 years. Are the senior players going to play 2-0 leads? I think some of them will, Mally, won't they?
I've seen it play. He says he's going to put a stronger team out, which can't be difficult, really.
He won't play. He can't play. Am I right in saying he can't play? Like,
he can't play Rutter.
Rutter yet.
No, he hasn't been registered yet.
He
wasn't registered in time.
He's playing Sunday.
He'll be available for Brentford.
Whether that's on bench or not, I don't know, but he'll be in squad somewhere. The 20 to 21 under 21s were set up 4-2-2-2 last night against West Brom and Forest under 21s to let them learn the system. It was talked about on the radio. Marsh has asked them to learn it in the match situation. Right. Enough. I mean, I do agree.
It don't make sense if Marsh isn't deploying that system. Why is he asking under 21s to do it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say normally himself.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to me. But
I do agree though that the under 21s system should be the same as the first team system.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Because then it's easy to make that transition to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know.
I will give all to credit for the majority of players recruited like Elam White and the policy of recruiting youth players like Pascal, Joffrey, Somerville, Monto, Paul signings, Firpo, John Kevin Augustine, Kiko and Douglas. I think the thing with to be fair to him, the problem with John Kevin Augustine, Kiko, and Barry Douglas, he were restricted to how much he could spend.
The thing is, we don't know if they were auto signings or Bielsa's, do we?
Because I know Bielsa wanted Kiko, didn't he?
He wanted Firpo as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I think he wanted Augustine as well.
Just a shame that he won't fit.
I think Barry Douglas were before Bielsa.
Stu was on about those who don't make, or Stu was on about those who don't make an effort at all. Michael Brown, can we have a link to your channel? Yeah, Michael, have you got a channel?
He's just said he hasn't.
Oh, I have no channel. Michael Brown don't have a channel.
Yeah.
I'm going to say if you did, it would be recommended. Mally, what is the name of Jay's channel you mentioned earlier?
It's Leeds United, The View. I think it's just called The View.
Just keep on talking, Mally, and I'll put a link in for him. I'll find it and put the link in the description.
It's GER, Michael. I'm sure it's just called The View. I can't talk properly because I've got teeth missing. I'm waiting for some new teeth coming.
My teeth have gone missing, but I don't get no teeth. I'll put it in now. I'm going to I'll put it in chat for you now, guys, as well. You know what I mean? Because he is well worth watching. He's level-headed as well. He's level-headed.
He puts a daily video out.
Oh, wait. Whoa, what am I doing?
It's all right.
I don't want to watch it now.
That's strange. You've put it in twice with two different icons.
Yes, because we're broadcasted to Twitter and Twitch. I've gone up in world.
Oh, blimey.
I know.
You on Twitch?
I'm on Twitch, mate. Yeah, me and Lee are going to start doing some online gaming eventually.
Oh God. Hello, fellow Twitchers.
I know.
Oh God.
We're going to do gaming on it to keep it separate from the, you know what I mean, YouTube, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right.
So that's the link for The View, Michael. Hope that helps you, mate. Hope that helps you. Bielsa would have hang on a minute. Bielsa would have to agree those signings. And he was the manager when Helder, Costa, and Douglas were recruited.
Yeah, fair enough.
You see, remember the
managers
didn't do too bad. He was just poor in Premier League. His form dropped.
Yeah. Speaking of Wolves and wingers, we're being linked with bloody Adama Traore again.
That's lazy journalism, Mally.
I won't object to him coming. I like him.
It'd be a good player to bring off at bench. He'd frighten the death out of opponents. We know that.
Yeah.
And he's got the skillful players around him to make the runs and stuff.
He'd be able to blank goalkeeper with his reflection of his Vaseline.
You just want him. You just want him at Ella Road so you can get a job later, but rub it all into him.
Rub his Vaseline on, yeah. Why not?
Are you happy? I'm at it, love. Hope you're doing well.
To make Harmonie jealous.
No, Harmonie's a Cresswell fan from West Ham. She, you know, apparently, you know, I mean, she's a big fan of Richard Cresswell from West Ham. She likes him.
Oh, fair enough. I'll lay out rubbing Vaseline in him.
And Harmonie's Happy Amarette's a big fan of Lanzini. She'd rub baby oil into him all day long.
Yeah.
We have enough wings of our own at an airport. Don't need any more. Sorry, guys. I'm just. Why are you saying sorry for? I'm glad that you've subscribed. Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. I am subscribed to The View. his channel is great. Jason, I thought it was someone else. Jay has a UEFA coaching badge. Well, that's impressive. I've got my FA.
He's got Stu's got his under 12 coaching.
Look, yeah, I've got my. I had to get his club charter standard with FA. I had to go get my coaching badge. It were awful. You know, I love doing it, but I like doing my own thing. I like doing my own way. I've got my own way of coaching, but mine's junior level, like you says. Zini, look at how it's unsticking out. She can't. She loves him. She loves that Lanzini. Morning sunshine and happiness, Mrs. Sunshine and Happiness.
Harmonie's in a good mood.
I know. Both of them happy. Man, you're talking about players to like.
All right. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Are you up 23?
Good evening. Good afternoon, Mr. Leeds 2023. Hope you're Leeds 2023. Hope you're doing well. Love showing Armani back. I just get a nice stew now. You know what I mean? That's all I get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can live with that.
Let the ladies blow each other kisses.
Yeah. No one would want to kiss me with my choppers anymore, mate. I'm telling you.
Likewise.
Even Silver agreed.
Eye candy. Yeah. Wait till you start going blind happy. Stop becoming eye candy then.
I good. How are you all? We're good, mate. We're good. Just speaking about so-called senior players going to board and telling board to sack Jesse Marsh. That's the rumour. I'm not. You know, it's from MOT Leeds News. Whether it's a true story or not. But if it is, Mally, if it is, right. If it's true, just say that this article's true. Can you understand them going to board?
No. If you put a camera in front of all them 11 players or 15 players, not one of them would say Jesse Marsh out.
Unless it's the players who aren't getting senior players who are no longer getting picked to start games.
I can't see it. I've never heard of a player revolt against a manager by going
happens
to board.
At Chelsea all the time.
Does it really? No.
Yep, that's how they got Tuchel out. That's how they got Jose Mourinho out. That's how it's happened to a few of their managers. They got Jose Mourinho out twice.
The players did.
Yes.
No.
I watched a few Chelsea YouTube channels.
No.
I've got plenty of time on my hands. That's all I can say. You know what I mean?
Big case to watch this space then. I'm good 23, thank you. I'll let Stuart catch up with all
TDT. That's there you go. Look, TDT. Calm down, Happy. Calm down. I am Arnie. I am expat Paul. Michael Brown. Are you guys supporting Marsh? Right. I don't like managers being sacked or unless they've done something seriously wrong. Now, Jesse Marsh, as it stands, is the Leeds United manager. I get behind the team. I get behind the management. I get behind the owners. I get behind the chairman. Whether you agree with them or not, they're still part of Leeds United. And the last thing the Leeds United the last thing the players need to see is us fans, having a go at somebody, and it doesn't help the players on pitch. It doesn't. All this. Apparently at the Aston Villa game at end of it, a small section at fan base was shouting Jesse Marsh out. You know what I mean? And that doesn't help the players if they can hear that, because I know the players can hear what the fans sing. I know they can. They've got to be deaf not to.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, do we know that the players are playing the system that he wants to play?
Well, I don't understand. I don't get, Mally, how we could say after that Cardiff game the players didn't understand the instructions.
Well, this is it, because he's come out and said it a few times. Sort of insinuated that he wanted them to play a certain way, but they didn't take it on board or whatever. So is it a misunderstanding between Marsh and the players, or is it? I don't know. Is it just players just doing their own thing, winging it as they go along?
There were a video what got put out by fans who was sat behind Jesse Marsh. He threw his water bottle down and he shouted to fans, "They're scared. The players are scared." Now, he shouldn't be doing that. Marsh shouldn't be doing that either. You know what I mean? He should be, turning around to comment the fans who sit behind him and shout they're scared. You know what I mean? Halfway through a match, it's too honest. Sometimes he's too honest for his own good. That's the problem.
See, the thing is, the dugout is so close to the stand. He's going to hear comments, isn't he, that have been aimed at him, and he's maybe just trying to answer back. Look, I'm doing my best, but the players are too scared. I don't know.
I don't know if our players do look scared. I just think they look out of position, and some of them are. You see, when you watch a Premier League matches, when you watch Match at Day, and you see players, name some good centre backs. Gabriel, Arsenal. Next to him, who plays next to him? Gabriel and somebody else. I forgot his name. But you watch them players on Match at Day, you expect, because it's Premier League, that's how you expect defenders to defend. And I mean, you watch our players like Koch, Llorente, Cooper, Strike. They aren't quite up to that level. But what we've got to also remember is these players like Gabriel and players like that, they cost money. They cost
Ben White's having a good season, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he was 50 million. We're not going to pay 50 million
for a centre back.
For a centre back, it's not going to do it. It's just not going to happen.
So I'll finish that comment off what Michael said. So we answered that first question. I'm behind him, and I still see the team are putting in a shift on the pitch. They have not given up, and their relegation fight their relegation fight of last season will aid them this season. Yeah, well, I've got the experience of getting what's needed to avoid relegation, aren't they? So as March, to be fair. Ian Kate. Angels. Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael. Everyone's saying hello to each other. I cannot stand it. The sooner it's gone, the quicker we will improve. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion on his channel. It should not be up to the players. The board should know for themselves. That's a good point as well. I mean, if the players, if you're chairman of a club, Mally, and players come up to you and say, "Oh, don't trust the system. You need to sack Marsh." I'd be saying, "Turn round, get out of this store, put in a shift, or so I'm going to dock your wages." How's that sound? Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't have players. It doesn't sound good if you let players go through manager to.
That's why I don't believe it. That's why I don't believe it.
Because I can't see Radzali being, or Victor or Angus Kinnear being too happy about that.
No. All the 49ers.
No, well, yeah, that's it. I mean, they're well invested now. It looks like, they're the ones who have bankrolled this Rutter deal.
Exactly. I'm all for fans there in the view,
For all those who thought he was our saviour last year and now waking up, the players kept us up, not the Clanboy. Yeah, the players had a point. The players had part of it, definitely. Marsh just needs to tweak things in defence and to stop conceding goals. Going forward, the club are scoring goals. It's just defending what needs to be worked on.
I agree.
Forest fully backed Cooper and now they're in 13th. Well, take a look at Mikel Arteta. Last season, I wanted him out at club. This season, it's best thing since sliced bread at Arsenal. They're flying high. What are they? Are they 8 points clear at top of league?
Mm-hmm.
You know, same manager. Now they're all praising him to high heaven. I think it's what us football fans do, isn't it?
Yep.
I want Jesse Marsh to succeed because I want Leeds to succeed, but it's just not happening. And
the thing is, I mean, would you rather be a Leeds fan or would you rather be a West Ham fan?
Oh, Leeds fan for definite.
You know what I mean? So there are, you know, would you rather be an Everton fan?
No, because look at all turmoil they're having.
Exactly.
Allegedly, it's reports going in saying that one of the board of directors had death threats, the other board of directors had a head in put in an headlock. Then we saw the images on YouTube of Gordon and Gay getting chased down. The cars being blocked in, being swore at, shouted at. Not good.
So there are teams in a lot worse place than us.
And things have got to remember as well, Mally, we're not in relegation zone yet.
No.
And we've just brought in a striker. We've just blown as record transfer, bringing in a striker where we need to score goals. So the board are doing everything they can, and the 49ers are doing everything they can. And apparently we're in for that Azadine Anahi, or whatever it's called, that Moroccan. We're in for him as well. So we haven't finished yet, and there's still 14 days at transfer window to go.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 13 days? Sorry, 13 days at transfer window to go. So let's see what happens from February.
For Harmonie, I hope we keep Marsh for the rest of the season. Because I'm sick of hearing her calling him a clown. It's like a broken record.
These cleaning onto Clown Boy Marsh. Bielsa was at fault for not the players. The players did not save us. It was Marsh. Now the players are at fault this season, not Marsh. We need him to go. Cheers, happy Amaret. Cheers. Only Leeds forever. If Leeds take the lead in matches, I would like to do
a low block like Villa did.
At Leeds and hit the opposing teams on the break, not to take the lead, leaving them exposed at the back. Afternoon, everyone in the chat. Afternoon, Michael. And as I said earlier, the squad has no real quality, no excuses from now on. That's the best way to look at it, innit? The squad's got better quality now. Is it right? This season, the squad compared to last season, it's improved, hasn't it?
I think it has. We've only lost two players in Rafinha and Phillips. Dan James, you could maybe say, but he didn't have a big input. But we've brought more quality players in, definitely. Definitely. And as under 21s, we've got some class players in there, just waiting to come through. In Matteo Joseph and Sonny Perkins, Giabi, maybe. I'm not sold on him, on Giabi.
Will Perkins step up this season?
I'm not sure he'll get the chance with what squad that we've got. To be honest, who's he going to have to displace? What position does Perkins play?
Striker.
Is he a striker or is he a number 10? I don't know.
Last night he played as the number. Last night he played striker last night.
So what does Joseph play?
Number 10. Well,
I think what Lee's saying is you've got Gabby up top, Perkins just behind him.
Garby,
Joseph at top, get Perkins just behind him.
Yeah,
right.
Because that's how you pay. Joseph is at top.
So you've got you've got Joseph as a striker and Perkins as a number 10.
Yeah.
See, so I can't see Perkins.
See, we've got Sinnett to come back yet.
Yeah, and Aronson plays in that role. So unless Marsh is prepared to drop Aronson for a few games, which I think he deserves to, really. It's been quite poor lately. Let him get his head together. But it's who do you play there with him? I mean, you could drop Rodrigo back now that Bamford's back. Move Nonto into the middle, put Harrison on outside, but I don't think Harrison's ripping up trees.
Would you let him go, Molly, if the right offer coming for him?
I'd let Harrison go, yeah, personally.
Just can't. It's just inconsistent for me. Really, really inconsistent. I have gone on most of Leeds United content creators podcasts, and most are saying that Marsh should go. I think the problem is he's down to less than 1 point a game now this season, averaging. I think he's played. Is it 18 games played, 17 points won 4 games all season.
See, it all depends what their audience is saying.
Yeah,
if
because
their audience is saying Marsh out, then they'll go along with that.
I think what we need to do, right, is because we're bringing in players this January transfer window. That tells me like Marsh is still going to be manager. Otherwise, there's no point bringing in players because a new manager comes in, he might not want Rutter and Anahe and whoever else we're going to bring in. I mean, apparently, Lisa, that we're looking at a goalkeeper now. I think that goalkeeper is that
Semi or whatever. Lemies.
Yeah, I have my thumbnail ready for that well before the Gutter one. I'm looking at it now, but it's so we haven't finished, and Tottenham are sniffing around Meslier, and I'm assuming a lot of top clubs will be like PSG summer as well. They'll want Meslier.
So the question is, when do you stick or twist with Marsh? No, at what's the latest point in the season? What would Bielsa's? Would it 12 games before end?
You need to give a manager more than 10 games plus, minimum of 10 games to change it round, because there's 30 points to play for then, isn't there?
Right. How many games did Marsh have last season?
12.
So 12 games isn't a lot, is it really?
I've always said this, Mally, and I said it to West Ham fans about David Moyes, so I'm not going to change my stance because I'm talking about Leeds. I said that the best time for West Ham to have got rid of Moyes was before the World Cup. Gives that new manager 6 weeks with the players he's got at the club already, so he can see which players that he wants to keep or not. He gives him all of the January transfer window in to bring in the players that he wants. And then there's no excuses. And if you bring in a manager in February,
do you think it's too late?
Point. Yeah.
So we've got to stick.
I think you've got to stick until you've got no option. Like, so say if you're at bottom 3, come game week, last 12 games to go, minimum of 10 games to go, then you have to. Then any club's going to react. But in an ideal world, it would be before World Cup.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, we're halfway through the season now, aren't we?
Yeah, officially midway. Yeah.
As near as damn it. So I'd definitely give it till the end of window. See where we see who we've got and who we haven't got, and go from there. We've got some winnable games. I still think we're capable of beating Brentford, and we should be able to beat Forest. Man United, it's a case of if they raise the game, but
and they raised the game against Man City, didn't they?
Yeah, you can't. It's a matter of if we can raise this game against Man United, but you can't see it because there's no investment there from the players. They don't.
It's just the fans, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't understand the history. So it'll be a case of who's best on the day, and hands down, it's going to be Man United.
And if you think about it, Mally, Jesse Marsh this season is facing some of these teams for the first time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, like
you can only watch videos and match it day, and like everybody else, Sky TV and all that, and that's where he'll pick his information from. I'm sure he'll know something about the players.
I think with Nottingham Forest, the only thing I would say what's against Leeds at this moment in time is to play better at home than they do away. If you look at the home record, it's better than their away record, and they seem to have hit a bit of form recently. We have a far better squad.
She's spot on there. Too many players are dipping in form at the same time.
Aronson, Harrison, Rocker, Rasmus Struijk dipping in and in form at the same time. Yeah, because I'd rest Struijk because he's had 2 poor games: the Cardiff game and then the Aston Villa game. I'd rest. I'm not saying drop him. I'm saying just take him out. Same with Aronson. I'd take Aronson out of firing line a bit because these players don't have to be played. The manager picks them.
I mean, Struijk were in a decent position whereby, if it is correct and Cooper has picked up an injury, he can put Max Verber there and Firpo as a left back.
Or keep Struijk at left back.
No, you're saying drop him.
Yeah, but if Cooper, I didn't know Cooper were going to be a doubt. I didn't know Cooper were going to be missing.
He's picked up an injury in training.
Right, so is that going to keep him out of the Cardiff game for definite?
They don't know.
Ah, right.
They don't know.
If Cooper's available, I would rest Struijk and put Verber there at left back.
You won't put Firpo at left back? Wouldn't you have Verber? Wouldn't you have Verber over Struijk as a centre back?
I'd have if Cooper's missing, I'd have Verber at centre back. Firpo Struijk at left back. Ideally, Struijk on bench, Firpo start. But if Cooper's available, if he does make the trip and if he is available, I'd have Verber in Struijk's position and put Struijk at bench.
Yeah. And what about Rocker? I don't think Rocker's done much wrong personally. I think he's better than Giabi, and I think he's better than Sam Greenwood.
See, what position does Sam Greenwood play, Mally? What is he?
I've got him down as an attacking midfielder, but some people say he's a striker. But I don't see it.
He's good at free kicks.
Yeah, I think he's.
But you don't need to be a striker to be good at free kicks, do you?
I think he's a second midfielder.
You think he's an
You think
attacking
so?
midfielder?
Yeah, I do as well. But I think on a previous show that somebody said he was a striker, but I didn't see it myself. Adam Forshaw, I don't know if he's still injured, isn't he? I like Forshaw. He puts in a shift.
It looks like it's Rafinha. He surfaced to requirements at Barcelona, and Barcelona have put 100 million price tag on him. As Arsenal are showing interest, yet they got him for around 55 million.
Yeah,
Down to put a price on him, innit?
I've heard that Barcelona don't want to get rid of Rafinha.
Is that what you've heard?
That's what I've read. I think it'll be silly for them. They may let him go out on loan, but because his form isn't very good.
Yeah, but if they can get 100 million for him from Arsenal in less than 6 months, they've practically doubled their payment fee.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they sold him too cheap, Ali?
Do I think we sold him too cheap?
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. But that was because he wanted to go to Barcelona. It was nothing else. Chelsea sort of blew everybody out of the water with the price. So it wasn't down to money. So again, is player power going to come into play and say, and Rafinha say, no, I'm not leaving Barcelona. This was my dream, and this is where I want to win the trophies. So I don't know.
Perkins is a bench option for next season. Maybe a tap-in does not warrant a place.
Yeah, I agree. They've got to get first team games, but how they get them games, whether you risk them in cup competitions, I don't know.
Right. Would you risk giving Perkins a start tomorrow against Cardiff at home?
As opposed to who? Aronson.
Yeah.
I would, as opposed to Aronson, yeah, definitely.
Just to give him his first team start, his first team in front of Ellen Road, get him used to playing in front of a packed house.
I think it's worth a shout, personally.
Darren Higgins, going live, Stu. This is Prime TV for me near Bangkok at 8:40 p.m. Keep up the good work. You all, to you, all your guests and chatters. Good night. Oh, good night. Good night, Darren. Hope you do. Good night, love. Players like Yarby, love. Players like Yarby, Joffrey, and Cresswell Cody need to go out on loan, like Yelder, for a couple of years. They will either sink or swim. If they improve, either bring them back to the fold or sell them for profit. What's happening with Cody Drame? Is he going out on loan, Mally? Because I would have thought if he were going to go out on loan, it would have been done by now. Yeah,
I've not heard anything. I mean, I don't think there's anything in concrete on Geltart, is there? Last I heard... Oh, blimey.
Was Swansea interested in him? And Wigan?
Yeah, Swansea.
It's not Swansea, it's not Wigan. Oh, God, I only read it this morning as well. I can't think of the name at Stadium. No, I can't think.
One thing to note, since that they have been in the Premier League in matches where Brentford have taken the lead, they have never lost.
Yeah, it's amazing what Thomas Frank's done there.
Do you also think it's down to the way they recruit players as well, Mally?
It's got to be on it. I just think they've got a fantastic bit of magic going on. I don't know what it is. I've heard out of Ivan Toney. What's happening?
No, nothing's come out yet. Nothing's come out about him yet. 2-2 at Ellen Road against Brentford last season. Leeds took the lead through Roberts, and then a last gasp equaliser by Bamford. In that game in early December 21, we lost Cooper Phillips until March the 22nd. So it's going to be a physical game then. For sure. With all dots. Greenwood was bought by a youth striker from Arsenal, but Bielsa played him in midfield.
Yeah, I thought so.
Do we have a sell-on with Rafinha? I'm assuming so. All clubs have sell-on.
I don't even know if we've been paid out for Rafinha yet.
No, that's gone quiet, hasn't it? No, it's come out about that, has it?
Yeah.
You know.
You would hope that they've been paid.
Well, apparently they're putting a stipulation into contracts about it, wasn't it? About they have to pay by such a date.
Yeah, there was some penalty, wasn't there?
Cripps has been our best centre-back this season by a country mile. Agenda people look for one mistake and then have a go at him consistently. The others, like Stroik, get free passes. At least they are now seeing it.
But don't you think it says something? I'm not denying that he's not been his best centre-back all season. But isn't it something when Cooper is his best centre-back? Don't it tell you something?
Well, the others are up to scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid so, because we should
be. I mean, if you were comparing Cooper to Van Dijk, I get it. But Cooper is not the best centre back, or by any stretch of the imagination.
In Premier League, I know what you're saying.
But if he's our best, then we're in a mess.
Why aren't we?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying that he hasn't been our best. What I'm saying is we're in a sticky wicket.
Yeah.
If Cooper's his best centre back.
Why do you think we haven't addressed that, Mally? Conceding 2 goals this season, conceding 2 goals every game. You would have thought the first priority would have been look at the centre-back situation. Why we're conceding so many goals? Not just centre-back, but we, left wing, right back, left back. Why we're conceding so many goals? Have we got a problem with right back with either Ayling or Christensen? Are them to look for it?
No idea, mate. He maybe obviously thought he could solve it with the players that he's got in house. Like you say, you've got Christensen, Ayling and Drama as your right backs. You've got Koch, Llorente, Stroik, Verber, Cooper. So he's got the numbers. He's lacking the quality.
If you could put Cooper's head on, if you could put Cooper's top half on, Koch's bottom half, you'd have a decent centre back.
See, I've often wondered if Cooper would make a good left back, because he likes to tackle, does Cooper, and I'd rather him tackle on touchline than in penalty box.
Good point.
But that's just me,
That's a good point, is that, Mally?
No, if he wants to fly in for a tackle, I've no problem with that. But, do it out
not
by
in
corner.
Penalty box.
Do it by corner flag. Don't do it in penalty box.
I mean, VAR now, you can't get away with blowing wind, can you anymore?
No. I'd like to see him being tried as a left back. The only thing with Cooper, he hasn't got that forward running mentality that maybe Marsh wants out of his left backs. You won't see Cooper going forward. If he can't pass it back to Meslier or across to Llorente, I think it's just out his thought process. The first thing he thinks is who's at side of me or who's behind me. Sometimes he does spray a good pass, but they're not often enough for me. so he ain't gonna want to go forward as a left wing back. But I like to see him as a traditional left back. I think he'd do a job.
I never thought of that, you know. Never ever thought of that, Mally. You know, because he does like getting in it. He'd win. He'd get his head on a lot of them as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he does. I think he'd make a good left back, so long as you don't ask him to be a wing back. That's where the problem lies.
Cafu says Rocker has to play. We have no other choice other than Forshaw. That's why we need another midfielder like Rocker or Adams. Greenwood seems like a central attacking midfielder to me.
Which he is.
Verber can play DM. Done it before. He came to us and did it against Cardiff.
He had a good game. He had a good game in that position. He did well. But I think it was that one tackle that adhered him to the fans.
Yeah, you make a tackle like that in front of Leeds United faithful. That's it. You're behind you. Yeah, right. A bit like Berardi, wasn't it? That's why Berardi got the love from fans. Do you know, though, we didn't play many games for Leeds, didn't Berardi? We're always either suspended or bloody injured. Michael Brown agreed. Sunderland? Is that who's...
No, it's not Sunderland.
He looked solid at defensive midfield. We can go that way. Bielsa...
Where do Blackburn Rovers play, sorry?
Ewell Park.
No, doesn't sound familiar either. Go on, carry on.
Bielsa's strength was making run of the mill players look better. In Phillips' case, putting him in as a defensive midfielder, redefining his game as with Bamford, Harrison, Marsh. Marsh's strength is being more open with you players. You see, this is it, innit? Each manager's got a different way of doing it. You know, with Bielsa's team, they didn't concentrate on the defence, but you knew what you were getting. You knew you were going to get an exciting game. But saying that, Mally, Titch, I don't know if you were on show when Titch said it, but Titch said, is he ever a game from this, since Marsh has come in, has he ever been a game where you think, oh, that were a boring game?
Yeah, but the far and few between. I don't think there's been many. If there's been any,
you know what I mean. It's a point though, because West Ham fans hate the way they're playing football at this moment in time. Leeds fans, we're whinging that we outscoring or we conceding. Different. You know, it's like Titch said he'd rather watch a Leeds game at this moment in time than watch a West Ham game. Because we play attacking football.
We're more exciting to watch, yeah. Definitely. That's why I don't think there ain't a massive deal of difference between Marsh ball and Bielsa ball. I don't think so.
At least one player Marsh has improved. He brings his ex-wife's club players that he had before. They have all dipped in a downward spiral. Just hope it doesn't happen to Verber. Yeah, but you can. But we can't. But Tyler Adams is hasn't dipped, has he? Tyler Adams hasn't dipped out of form. He's always been 100%, hasn't he? But I know what she's saying. I think what she's trying to get is Rasmus is dipped out of form. Rocker keeps he when he first come, there was so much high hopes because he come from Bayern Munich. That was the problem. He come from a bit like we did with Firpo coming from Barcelona. You know, we expected so much of these players. And what we've got to remember is we were a club that finished 17th last season. We've done well to attract Rocker to Leeds. I know he's in his final end of his career and stuff, but You know, we can't attract the players what we need to attract, being in the position in the table what we're in to bring in the best. Because these top players want Champions League football. Michael Brown, I agree with Mally. If a decent offer comes in for Harrison, the club should sell, as he has been surpassed by Gonto, Somerville, plus Sinistera. Harrison doesn't have a better all-round game. You see, Sinistera.
We've yet to see the best of him, haven't we?
I was going to say, I haven't seen that. You know, I don't get this. He scored 2 goals from outside box. And then he's been injured then.
From him. Yeah, we've got to see a run from Sinistera before we can make an opinion, really.
Yeah.
We've not seen enough of him.
I agree. Coops would be a good left back, but like Cresswell at West Ham, maybe a little slow there against quick players. But then again, you plan for that and use a different player. What a squad is all about, surely. Yeah. You pick the team to play the opponents, don't you? That's what you're supposed to do anyway. That's why you have a squad of 25.
But you also try, I would assume, to play to the players' strengths.
Yeah.
To the individual players' strengths.
I think the key positions in a team is your goalkeeper and your 2 centre backs. You try to keep that triangle together. And try to play them for as many games as you can, so they get used to each other.
I think your midfield's quite important.
And then other people are going to say strikers are more important, aren't they?
Exactly. They're all important in their own way. It's just getting that balance right. And I don't know. I don't like seeing fullbacks going forward if they can't get back. You know, they're not the likes of Kyle Walker or Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know, that have got a bit of pace to get back. I don't know. There's too many gaping holes for me. But that's football.
What about that there with Mally? With Phillips struggling at Manchester City, would you take him back on loan for the rest of the season to play alongside Adams?
No, I wouldn't. Because you've only got to let him go back at the end of the day. And then you're back to square one.
If Phillips come back to Leeds United, now they all talk before the season, before Phillips even left, was, can Phillips play a Jesse Marsh system? And a lot of people said no, he couldn't play in the Jesse Marsh system.
Well, he could, because he's done it for Gareth Southgate. Him and Declan Rice in European Championships. He had a cracking tournament. I think he was man at tournament.
Yeah, he was.
He can do it.
So, would you buy him back if opportunity come?
Yeah.
You'd be happy. You're happy with Rocker and Adams.
Yeah, he wanted to go. That's it for me. Any player that didn't want to play for Leeds United, and let them go. Get on with it.
So you wouldn't even have Rafinha back then?
No.
Fair enough. Yelder had the same start. Had a great start at Rotherham. He will command a squad place back next season. I feel I really like him.
Yeah, it's a bit young at the minute, isn't it?
He's got time on his hands, and to get back into Leeds. So I don't think it's the end for Yelder at Leeds United. I really don't. You know, like with Bielsa, once the players went out on loan, that were it.
See, what confuses me is going back to under-21s, and I understand it, and I get why they would want the under-21s to play a certain system that more or less replicates the first team squad. But once I go out on loan, then that all goes out the window.
Adams has not improved. He was good anyway. He is making mistakes, but nobody wants to call him out. Sloppy balls and weak ball. I'm going to watch Harmonie. I promise you, because I will watch Adams if he plays in that Cardiff game, and I will get back to you with an email. But I think Adams has been decent, and that's me saying. I think Adams has been decent.
And I don't believe that people are waiting for Cooper to make a mistake. We all know he's got a mistake in him, but we're not waiting for him to make that mistake.
We want him to do well, because if he does well, the likelier the chances of Leeds getting a clean sheet is Cooper doing well in playing centre back.
It's proven that all us defence have got mistakes in them. From Stroik to Llorente to Koch to Hailing to Rasmus to Firpo. We're not singling Cooper out.
No,
we're not as anti-Cooper as what you make us to be.
I think Harmonie knows. I like Cooper. She knows that anyway. But my argument is this, right, Mally? We cannot people think because we're Leeds United we can attract Virgil van Dijk to Leeds or Gabriel to Leeds. Can't do it.
No.
We can't do it because we can't offer them Champions League football. And to break into that top seats, if you look at the clubs there now, Man United, they're going to be sold. Liverpool are going to be sold. Tottenham, they've got money. They just don't like spending it. Chelsea, we know what they're like for spending money. They've all got rich owners. Newcastle, rich owners. To get into that top six, never mind top four, to break into that top six is going to be extremely, extremely difficult. And the only way you can break into top six is if you have the players what can get you there in the first place, and we can't attract them.
That's right.
That's our problem.
Which proves that it's a money game.
Yeah.
It's not about football. It's about who can pay the biggest wages.
I mean, imagine us paying 125 grand a week for a player. We'd have kittens.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
You know, and some players want 150 grand a week. Some of these top players, if not more.
It's ridiculous.
Kieran were right when he said that. He'd always said that they should have it's too late now, but they should have capped wages, players' wages a long time ago, because it's just spoiling the game.
Absolutely. Spoiled it a long time ago. And it's not going to get any better.
No, it's just going to keep getting sillier and sillier money.
Mad.
Phillips as England's player of the tournament at Euro 2020. Yep, he was, Michael. He did well. I think it were a good partnership with him and Rice.
Yeah.
I got to go. Nobody's Leeds 2020 to free, mate. Speak to you soon, mate. Speak to you soon. I don't want him back. Another Charlie Taylor blackmailed his way out. He's a big boy. He is a big boy. He should have fought for his place with City. Live by his decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did he blackmail his way out at club then, Mally? Would you say it was a blackmail out of club or what?
Well, I don't know. Was it down to him re-signing his contract? Was it end of his contract? I can't remember.
I mean,
but he chose Man City, didn't he? Like Rafinha chose Barcelona. I don't know if we had any higher offers in for Phillips like we did for Rafinha. I can't remember.
Are you surprised that Man City went for him?
Not really, because he were the best at what he does. The unfortunate thing is he's got Rodri in front of him.
And he's injury prone.
Oh, Phillips.
Yeah. He's injury prone.
I think it was a good deal for Leeds, personally.
I think they got stung with Philip, stung with BL, stung with Rafinha, but did well to get money out of Phillips. I am not. I said he has not improved. Marsh has not made him better. Bielsa improved players. He did improve players. You're right, but
they were Championship players.
It's harder to improve Premier League players, isn't it?
I would think so.
You see, if it's, I'll tell you a manager who has improved Premier League players, and that's Mikel Arteta. He's improved Granit Xhaka's, he's improved. Granit Xhaka, they were on about wanting him out of the club. Now it's first name on team sheet. I am not on about here the Cooper's agenda. People are everywhere. The post match is about selling Erling, League One Liam, Forshaw, etc. was Cox 2 and Dallas, but one has gone over still injured. You see, I was shocked that we let Titch go. I thought he was going to be a good squad player, but he didn't want to be a bench player.
I was going to say, I think he wanted to go, didn't he?
He didn't want to be a bench player, and he wanted to force his way back into Poland side as well.
Yeah.
Because that hurt him,
Going back to Bielsa and improving players, I'm not denying he didn't. But I think he also broke a few.
Overtrained them.
Yeah. I mean, the treatment room were always full of players,
Well, he had to put at some point, I think it were near his end of his tenure at Leeds, he had to put Archie Gray on bench as a substitute because we didn't have the squad.
I think he had a bench of kids at one point. So, yeah, he may have improved certain players.
Cooper, he improved.
But I think
he improved.
I think he broke a few players as well.
He improved Phillips no end, and he improved Cooper.
He didn't improve Bamford. One player that we could have done with improving.
Yeah, but he was his leading goal scorer in his first season at Premier League. He got 17 goals.
Yeah.
Compared to what he normally gets when he comes in Premier League, he forced his way into England's squad.
But what's happened since?
Got injured. And it's a bit like I said this about West Ham with Gerard Bowen. Got picked for England. It never been right. Never been the same player again. Do you know what I mean? It's.
Do you think we're missing Stuart Dallas?
Yeah, because I don't like. It's the word hybrid when they can play in different positions. I always call it a multi-purpose player.
I know what you mean.
He could play left back, right. He could play midfield. He could, he can do a job. You ask Stuart Dallas to play a position, he'll play it. He might not be the best at that position, but he'll give it his all. That's what we miss. We miss his work ethic. Definitely.
I think we miss his versatility as well, being able to play in different positions.
Phillips only ever wanted to go to Manchester City. I think they went for Phillips because Pep has a great relationship with Bielsa, and so how he developed under Bielsa, but ignored KP injury record.
Could be right.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Harmonie on this. Bielsa did improve Bamford because of his goal scoring record.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think he's improved. I think the problem with Bamford is, I do think it's the Bielsa's training methods why Bamford's struggling so much now to get fit. I do think that, and I mean, even Marsh has come out and says that he's overtrained players sometimes. He's admitted that he's overtrained them.
All right.
So it's difficult. It's a difficult one. Difficult, but look, Bielsa's not going to come back now. He's never going to come back. We've got to.
He's lining up for Mexico manager.
Is he?
It's been touted, yeah, from what I read today.
Well, according to Amma's chat, he's on their shortlist. It's Bielsa, Benitez, Sean Dyche, another one. There's another one. Nuno Espirito Santos.
Yeah.
For,
I can't see Bielsa going.
I can't see him doing a lot with that squad because it's an aging squad at West Ham.
No, Bielsa needs too much time.
He needs a full pre-season, doesn't he?
Mm. I can see Sean Dyche. I'm not sure about Benitez. I'm not sure about Espirito Santos.
Well, apparently
You
there's
never know.
Benitez.
What they think his favourite?
Yeah, apparently betting got suspended on him.
Well, I don't know what to think of Benitez, to be fair. He didn't do all Everton, did he?
He did do it for Newcastle. Well, I say he did do it at Newcastle. He took Newcastle down, but he got them back up again.
Yeah. So I don't know. Don't know if it's a case of better the devil you know or not.
Please excuse me for I don't want to murder your name.
Nketiah
Magathla. I believe we will be fine. We just need to trust in Marsh, just like Arsenal did. Our odds
Arteta.
Sorry, add-ons are good enough to keep us up. We must win the 3 out of the next 4 matches and secure 9 points. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree that we've got. I think
it's whether we're good enough to do it.
Come here, Max. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Bloody dog going mad. Must be time. Come on. Right. It's because he wanted Cat to come out. That's what it was.
All right.
It's all right now. Cat's been kicked out. But I agree with that. Right. So the next, let me just get this. I should have done this earlier. Right. The next 4 games. Let's see who we've got. Let's go through them. Let's see who we've got. Fixtures. Well, we know one of them's Brentford, don't we?
Forest and Man United, I think, after that.
Let's put that on top screen so I can see it a bit better. Leeds United, here we go. Right. Leeds United. Share screen, and we'll go to that, and we'll go there. There we go. Right. So it's Brentford. I think what we're looking at from Brentford, Mally, I'm saying a point.
At Ellen Road, I want 3 points.
Forest?
3 points.
Even
though they're on a good run.
Man United, I'm not expecting out from.
No.
We should beat Everton.
You would hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think we should beat Everton. They're atrocious, honestly. They're when people say name 3 teams worse than yourselves, I think Everton are one of them teams who are going to get relegated.
These teams seem to up the game when Leeds come to town. And I don't know why. You know, I could understand it if it were your Man City's, your Man United, your Chelsea's.
Just keep talking, Motherwell, and let Max out. Come on, dog.
The big teams, they seem to fear. But when Leeds come to town, they up the game. And I mean, at the end of the day, Leeds are where they are for a reason. You know, they're not a Premier League busting team. They never, well, I don't think they ever will be in my lifetime. But you can only live in hope. But I don't know, people just, some teams just, they up the game. Sinisterra, Dallas, Somerville, Cooper, Firpo, Llorente, Rodrigo, all being injured of late, along with Bamford. Why is Marsh not being blamed for those injuries?
I did say that. I just said that Mamani, that Marsh has even admitted that he's overtrained him. The problem is, it's a fine line, isn't it? It's a fine line between overtrained and undertrained. You overtrain them, you get the performances like you did under Bielsa, but then it costs us. You undertrain them, they'll be getting accused of not putting in a shift. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll be saying that they're unfit. There's a fine line, and it's trying to find that fine line. And
I think what you've got, I think to put it in perspective as well, you've got to,
some of them are through tackles.
You've got to establish what sort of injuries they are. You can't blame Dallas's injury on Marsh.
No.
You know what I mean? So there's certain injuries you could, your muscle injuries and things, you could maybe put on the manager's doorstep. But some of the contact injuries are just down to bad decision by the player.
Well, have you noticed, Mally, watching some of Premier League games, that a lot of players are going down with cramp? Is that because we had that 6-week break and then they had to get straight back into it again?
Quite possibly. But they should have been training instead of going on holiday.
That's at most clubs, though. Most clubs that the players go out on holiday, didn't they?
Yeah.
Spend 2 weeks with their families and stuff.
You get what you deserve at the end of the day. I don't think I've seen any Leeds players go down with cramp.
No, I'm on about like Arsenal players and these players like who played in World Cup, Gabriel and stuff like that, who's played in World Cup. A lot of them, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe they rely on the technical ability as opposed to the physical side of it, having to run, having to chase the ball.
Bielsa gets a lot of blame like it's not warranted. He does, but he has to take some blame as well for for position we found ourselves in. Because I spoke to a lot of people about this from different clubs, different sides, and they said that we were destined to go down under Marcelo Bielsa because he wasn't willing to change his style of play. He wasn't willing to change anything. Bielsa is a manager where he believes in a philosophy and he'll stick to that philosophy, whether it's winning, losing, or drawing. I love Bielsa as much as next man, but a change needed to be made. A change needed to be made, Mally, didn't it?
I think so.
3.3 Brentford, a 0.3 Forest, non-V score, 1 point Everton. So what? I think we'll beat Everton. I think we'll beat
Forest.
I really do. So Armani's saying 3, 4, 5 points out at next 12. Well, if he gets that, Mally, he deserves to be sacked.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Michael Brown, where Leeds have played well is against teams that come at them like Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Bournemouth. Bournemouth, where teams have struggled against, like teams like let all sit back and hit us on the counter. Then that's down to Jesse Marsh to adapt to the team who we come up against.
That's right.
It's that's we've got to have faith in Nonto, Somerville, Aronson, Adams, that they can find a pass to that killer pass to break down them low blocks. But we've also got to have faith in his defence that they can do a job. Oh, hiya, Gruffalo, soldier, mate. Hope you're doing well. Been a while. Hope you're all okay. I'm good, mate. I'm good, Gruffalo. Great to see you back, mate. Great to see you back. But Leeds players don't get cramp, and how fast-paced they are. Oh, the other teams get cramp because they break play and need the rest. Yeah, I get that, Scudder. That's what I was trying to say. You know what I mean? It is teams who do break up. I mean, look at N'Golo Conte. I mean, how many times did he break up play for Leicester? And now he's broken, Mally. It's caught up with him. It really has. It's all caught up with players like N'Golo Conte, and it's a shame. It's a shame, but that's what happens, I guess. That's what happens.
So, what's the minimum points you're aiming for out of these next 4 games? I don't think we should get any less than 7.
Right, 1, 4, 7. A point against Brentford, 3 points against Forest, 3 points against Everton. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for 7 points.
All right. Who's after
So
Everton?
that's two wins, a draw, and a loss.
Who's after Everton?
Southampton. I mean, they've had a good week, haven't they? They bet Man United. They bet Man City. Didn't they win their last game? They bet Everton last time out as well after being 1-0 down at half time.
That's at Ellen Road.
Yeah, that's at Ellen Road, mate. Yeah.
It's a long way off yet. Let's say it's another month, 2 months away.
So next 4 games, I'm looking at 7 points minimum.
I'm thinking 7, yeah.
And I'm starting with a point against Brentford. Oh, less than a point against Brentford, and my 7 points go out at window because that's where I'm starting from, like 1 point.
I think we need to start winning at home. Keep it as there as must-win games.
I mean, we do tend to play better at home, don't we? We do tend to play better at home, but that's because we've got crowd behind them. But we do need to stop this marsh out and stuff halfway through games and helping Mally.
No, I don't think there's any need for it.
I'm not saying it's the best coach in sliced spread, but it doesn't help the players on pitch. It doesn't. You know, I said this. I went on Young Jake's channel, West Ham Unofficial, yesterday, and I said exactly the same. I says your players need you fans more than ever. Now more than ever, they don't need you shouting Moyes out and stuff, and having a go at Sullivan and Brady now. They need them to get behind players during match.
Piggy hell, I've got a cat on my bloody pond now. Get off! Just put it on this window. Go on! Bloody hell, if it ain't rats, it's flaming cats. Oh, yeah. It's a good job I can see it from where I am. God and blimey.
I feel we will turn up against Brentford. Forest and at home.
Forest at home are unbeaten.
It's come out on a great run. Neverton will, I think, have a new manager and grab a draw.
Possible. It's quite possible, isn't it?
But if we get 5 points out of the next 4 games, I will be very, very disheartened. I try not to lose my cool as much these days. I'm getting old. Yeah. I'm getting too old for it. But I will be very disheartened if we only get 5 points out of the next 4 games.
Yeah, I think it's all down to expectations, isn't it?
We're not going to get out against Man United, Mally. There's no point in thinking like that because we haven't got out from Man United since we come up.
Yeah. Brentford could end up as draw. It's Everton and Forest that are fighting for their lives, isn't it?
And we're only 2 points above that relegation place.
Bloody Inky's a comedian today. Earlier on, he says I could do with a cat. I've got a cat and it's in Pigging Pond.
Someone could do with a big dog.
Yeah, blimey. I need to shut. I've got the lid open on Pond.
Right, well, look, we'll end it now anyway, mate. We'll end it now anyway. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Okie dokie.
It's been a great show. It's been a good laugh. Thank you everyone for joining us. Much appreciated. And thanks for all your comments. Keeps the show going. Whether we agree, whether we disagree, we all want the same thing, and that's Leeds to win and to be successful. Anyway, thank you very much, Mally, for joining me, mate. Much appreciated.
You're welcome, buddy.
There's only one thing left to say. Thank you very much for watching this disabled team.
Goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me, guys. Take care. Time to get the dogs out next day. Yeah.
They're out. They're out. They're in garden.
Take care, everybody.
Cats chasing rats away, and oh my God, what a life I lead! I tell you.
Never mind. Anyway, speak to you all soon, guys. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye.